What else did people need to do when COVID hit? Had to cut costs. I'm never going to say I will save you money, right? I might say it casually when I'm talking in a group like this, but if I'm client facing, it's always about reducing costs, never about saving the money. If you reduce costs, you can look at other areas of the operation, but most of the time when you say save money, they immediately focus on premium, and as we all know, there's a floor to that.
Only 2 minutes.
So we did one on how to reduce costs in your workers' compensation program. It's still there today. I refuse to take it down. I'm getting 10 to 12 leads a week from a webinar that we did probably a year and a half ago now, or at least a year ago, that just sits there. Constantly sends things in, because when you go to the webinar, I offer to do a complimentary experience modification and analysis for you. And if you request that, it dumps into a CRM, and we will do it. Now, it's important that if you're going to do a value offer like that you establish there's actually value to what it is you're going to give them for free. There's a bunch of complimentary stuff out there that is absolute crap, and people know that. But for me to take the time to dive in and do an experience mod analysis is something that we would typically charge $2,500 to $3,000 for if it was an actual consulting arrangement. So when you tell somebody you're going to give them something $2,500 for free, they're more likely to take it. And so that was the hook. Dumps into the CRM, we do the mod analysis, we schedule the appointment, and we try and begin to build the relationship based on the results of that report. Again, I created the webinar once, and it's worked for me ever since. We were talking back in the back corner on break, and the one gentleman asked me, what would you do? He was new in insurance, and we were all over the place. But the one thing I always tell people when I talk, my goal is never to make 10 phone calls to get one appointment. My goal is to make one phone call and get 10 appointments. And that's how you have to think. That's why people network with loan officers and realtors and things on the personal line side. But my advice to him was, network with the contracting licensing schools. Offer to go to the people who are licensing contractors in your area and tell them you will get up and speak for 30 minutes or an hour on the real importance of insurance, bonding, and risk management, and you don't have to sell anything. They've already bought you, right? You might have 30, 40 people in a graduating class. They have to have in Florida a license and permit bond before they can get their license. I want to be that guy. Now, that's not big money for me, but it goes back to the concept of that's not what I want anyhow. I'm getting paid for my leads. I don't have to pay for that. So your challenge is, when you're creating content, to create it in such a way that you can use it across multiple platforms, and the investment of your time creates multiple pieces of content. Okay? If I was really on my A game, and I'm actually sitting here thinking that I'm letting myself down, what I need to be doing now is I need to take that webinar and send it over to the people who do all of our video editing and stuff for us, and have them break that webinar into about 25 or 30 different sound bites that are 3 minutes apiece. And now I just hired 25 or 30 more salespeople. I've already got the content. I just didn't execute on chopping it up and getting it out to distribution. And if they hear the soundbite and like it, what am I going to do? I'm going to link back to the webinar that's housed on my website. Now they can go see the whole thing, they can request the experience mod, and I have leads coming in.